Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Alina Ghost, and if you're new here, I am a mum to a 9-month-old baby boy called Aiden, and we speak both Russian and English at home. Basically, this video is all around my bilingual parenting goals in 2021. So just before I begin, just the usual, if you do like the video, please do give me a thumbs up. Do comment down below and actually let me know what your bilingual parenting goals are for this year, or even just parenting goals in general. I'd love to know. If you are new though, I'd love for you to stick around and actually consider subscribing. It will be great to have you. Just to give you a little bit of background, I am Russian, so I was born in Russia, but I moved away when I was 1 year old. If you do want to hear about my full story, please do have a look at my video around how to raise bilingual children, which I'll pop up there. Basically, I am desperate to teach my son Russian, even though we live in England and the UK, specifically in Essex, so I have an Essex husband as well, so it is very difficult to try and teach my son a second language. Therefore, I'm going to be putting these goals together to get me to tune into the things that are most important to me and to know what to focus my time on, because at the end of the day, when you've got a baby, it's just so easy just to let time pass and just move on without actually doing things that are important to you. So I'm hoping that these goals help me and that they very much inspire you to do the same. So these goals that I've put together, they're not necessarily just for my son. Some of them actually are a lot to do with my own personal growth, because I want to ensure that I learn as well as Aiden learning as well. So without further ado, let's just get started and jump straight in. In no particular order, my first goal is to read more Russian books to Aiden. I am lucky that I already do this, and that I already have so many books, which you can see behind me, that are both in Russian and English. But when it comes to Russian specifically, I make sure that I read to him at least once a day so that he hears that language. And that's alongside me speaking to him in Russian the whole day. I want to make sure that he knows those Russian traditional books and stories that I know. They're quite nostalgic to me as well. So when I'm singing like those nursery rhymes to him, then it actually brings a lot of memories around my parents and my nan singing that to me when I was very little. So I really can't wait for him to associate the language and the stories with his mama, which is me. Goal number 2 is going to be around creating a Russian station. So what I mean by that, and if you've stuck around in my YouTube channel, you'll know that I'm very hands-on. I love crafts and DIY. So I'm hoping to create like a Russian corner where there's going to be like a board with like an alphabet on there. So I'm thinking probably like cut out some felt material and then have potentially something Velcro where he can actually move the alphabet around and create words. And I'm not sure I'm going to just keep it at Russian. Obviously, I'd like an English version as well. But it's going to be so much easier to come by when it comes to that English language, because I could probably just buy it on eBay or like on Amazon or something. But when it comes to that Russian language, I think I will create it. I'll make it myself, hopefully get Aiden involved as well, so that he feels like he contributed to this Russian station, and we can create like this whole world of our own in his room. I'll no doubt video this in the near future, so make sure that you stick around. Please do hit that subscribe button, and also don't forget to hit that bell button as well, so that you actually get notified about my videos. Goal number 3 is around cooking more Russian food. As you might have seen in my Christmas and New Year's traditions video, I created a whole Russian spread of like food, from salads to pierogi, which is like a Russian pastries. But that's just once a year. So my goal for this year is going to be to make Russian food at least once a month. I think that's really realistic, and actually I think that's a really low number. I'd love for my son to taste these Russian foods because they're so different to the English ones. I love the fact that it opens up a whole new world of tastes to him, and it's absolutely fine if he doesn't like the taste as well. It's just having that option there so that he's able to have a variety of stuff to decide for himself whether he likes it or not. Another goal actually would be for me to learn a lot more Russian history. I must say I know an embarrassing amount about Russia when I am actually Russian born. I've had friends who've done like Russian majors in university who'd ask me questions. I've had friends who are just interested in history and still know more than me. So yes, it is embarrassing. So I think this year will be the time for me to actually learn more Russian history. And I love the fact that if I do learn this Russian history, then surely as Aiden gets older, I'm able to pass that knowledge along. I will be able to teach him Russian history so that he doesn't get embarrassed when somebody does ask him about like the whole Russian culture and about Russia as a whole. This brings me nicely to the next goal. I'd love to read more Russian literature. I actually did English literature at university, so it'll be bloody awesome for me to learn Russian literature as well. So Lev Tolstoy, Dostoevsky, Pushkin. I have all of these books and I am so privileged to be able to read these books in their own language as well, because I have it. I have those books. I have the knowledge to read in that language, and they always say that actually when you're reading a particular piece of literature, it's nothing better than to read in its native language. So having this ability to do that and not having done that for 30 years, I should be embarrassed of myself. And basically in 2021, I vow to read more Russian literature. My next goal is to celebrate more Russian traditions. So I already mentioned about how New Year is so much bigger than Christmas, because it pretty much is Christmas but in the New Year's form. But I'll link to that video for you if you wanted to have a look at what that tradition is for us. But essentially I wanted to have a look at other dates that are special to Russians. So like 8 Marta, which is like International Women's Day. I know that that's important, and I want to have a look at any other days that might be significant in Russia that actually I've forgotten about or stopped celebrating or haven't celebrated because we've moved, because we were an immigrant family. Even if we do end up just celebrating one more day like the 8th of March, International Women's Day, and that will be absolutely fine. At least I know I've explored that avenue. My next goal is to teach my husband a lot more Russian. As I've mentioned, he is English and he's lived in Essex all of his life. When we met, he didn't know any Russian. So 13 years on, he knows a lot more now. He understands a lot more. He even understands it when I speak to Aiden in Russian. And actually, I'd say he's picked up so much more and so much quicker since we've had a baby and since I've been speaking Russian at home day in, day out. So that shows you how much practice is very important in language learning. But anyway, I want to teach him a lot more Russian because I know how difficult it is and how difficult it's going to be to teach our son another language. If you see my video around how to teach bilingual children, you will note that I am solely the one who's teaching him Russian. But I know if Chris is going to help me with that Russian language and actually start speaking words to him and show that understanding to Aiden, then I know that it's going to be easier, hopefully, to teach Aiden another language. So teach him Russian and actually get him to speak at home. Also, hopefully it means that he gets a lot more exposure of that language, so it's not just coming from me. especially because we see our English family a lot more. But even when we see my family, my sister's married to an English guy and my mum's with an English guy. So when we do meet up, we still speak English, and that's not great when you're trying to teach children another language. So by actually having Chris speak Russian at home, it means that we are more likely to get him to get more comfortable with that language. Also, hopefully it means not giving him a choice but to speak Russian at home. That's what me and my sister had when we were growing up, and I found that so invaluable and so annoying at the same time, because I wanted to speak in English with my sister. But I also know that if I didn't speak Russian because I was pretty much forced to by my dad, then I wouldn't be in this position now. I wouldn't know Russian so well as I do now. So I've got a lot to thank him for, and to thank my family for insisting that we speak Russian at home. So I really hope to create that similar environment for my son so that he is able to have 2 languages in his life. My final goal, I'd say, is probably my own personal, very important goal for the year, and that's to learn to roll my R's. At the moment, I'm so close to rolling my R's. Actually, I used to know how to roll my R's up until the age of 7, I think it was, because when I came to England, I remember a teacher teaching me how to pronounce my R's in the English, so like having your tongue at the back of your mouth. So we actively use our tongues to pronounce the English R's, at which point I guess I must have forgotten how to do my Russian R's. So I've looked at YouTube videos around how to roll my R's, and I hope to start practicing those mouth movements. So there was a mouth exercise that you can do, which I can show you, which is basically to put your tongue at the top and then open up your mouth as wide as you can. And the reason for that is because you're learning how to stretch your tongue, because it's like a muscle that as you get better at stretching it, that's how you're more likely to roll your R's. That's how I understood it. So the other thing was around relaxing the tongue, because we actively use our tongue like I've mentioned. When you're rolling your R's, you actually have to relax the top of your tongue. So this is how you do it. So I'm going to be practicing that, and hopefully I get to actually roll my R's. And I have noticed it with some words, so it's quite interesting because it depends where the R is in the word and also how it's combined with different letters. So I'm really hopeful that the more I practice this and the more I keep trying to say it, then I'll get to roll my R's. Thanks so much for watching this video, and I really hope that this inspires you to put some goals together, especially if you are a bilingual parent. And I'd love for you to stick around and actually continue on in this journey with us. If you do stick around and end up subscribing, know that I do have a lot more videos coming up around that bilingual family living and motherhood content as well. The best of luck with your goals and 2021. A happy new year, and until next time.